Hello and welcome to the United Stand. How are you all doing? Here we are with the latest Manchester United transfer news, and there's plenty of it, and it will be Skype Goldbridge in a few minutes time for you all to Skype in and have your say on the only Manchester United fan channel that does that for you. So get involved. But let's start off. Jose Mourinho wants one more signing for Manchester United before the end of the transfer window, which is 1 week away this summer. We started it on May the 1st. We've only got a week of it left. It felt like it would never end at times, but it will end. And Manchester United, can they get a deal done in the last week? Mourinho has said it's unlikely, but he's been very open that he wants one more. And as I've said consistently, United have got to win the title this year, because if they don't win the title, Mourinho's got every right to say, I wanted 4 players and I only got 3. 1 week to do it. There are the players out there. Perisic still hasn't signed a new contract. Lamar is still at Monaco. Draxler at PSG is a possibility. There's Renato Sanchez. There's Ross Barkley. There are players out there. Alexis Sanchez, Oxlade-Chamberlain. There are players out there who are willing to move. It's just whether United can push it through. Also, in relation to Renato Sanchez, don't necessarily want him at Manchester United, some people, but apparently linked to Liverpool. That would annoy me, because Mourinho said a year ago, Renato Sanchez is a fantastic player. I'd love to have got him at United if I'd come in sooner, before Bayern Munich got him when Van Gaal was Man United manager. So, Liverpool are going to make moves. Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal are going to make moves. Have we got enough? Is Matic, Lukaku and Lindelof enough, considering we lost Rooney? I don't think it is. I do think we need another player, and I think that will become abundantly clear as we get further and further into this season. That yeah, it's great at the moment while everything's fresh and new, but I tell you, the minute the season really starts after this international break, you've got games coming thick and fast. Champions League, you'll see the fragility and what the quality of this squad is, and I still think, when you become reliant on people like Lingard and Ashley Young very soon, because you get a couple of injuries, that is when we will start to struggle. We need a winger. The reason I mentioned Lingard and Young is because we need a natural winger. For me, it begins and ends at Perisic. Go out and get the deal done. May not be as easy as we'd like it to be, or as it could have been 2 months ago, but let's see what happens. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is back. You might want to talk about that. You might want to talk about whether we'll sign anybody in the next week and hang your hat on whether it's yes or no and who you think we'll get. You might also want to talk about the Champions League draw. Champions League draw, very favourable for Manchester United. The only thing we're moaning about is the fact that we've got to go to Russia to play one of the Moscow teams. Benfica coming out in pot 1, that could have been Real Madrid. In pot 3 we got Basel, that could have been Monaco, that could have been Napoli or Roma. So we've done okay. I mean, I think most English clubs have done okay, but we've done very, very well. Benfica, Basel and Moscow. We should be able to get through that in our sleep. And just in relation to that, actually, something that you may not have considered is, when do we play these fixtures and what are the corresponding Premier League games? So this is what I mean. After this transfer window, after this international break, it's thick and fast. At the moment, we've got this luxury of 1 game a week. We're fresh. We're saying, oh, Pereira's not even on the bench. Herrera's not getting much time. Martial's not getting much time. This is all going to change massively after this international break, when we're playing 3 games a week again. So we've got Stoke. That's our first game back on the Saturday. I think it's around it's the first Saturday in September, I think, after the international break. We've got Stoke on the Saturday evening. We've then got Basel in the Champions League, and then we've got Everton on the Sunday. So there's a big gap even if we play on the Wednesday. The next game we've got is Benfica away. That is followed by a game against Crystal Palace at home, so that's favourable after an away fixture. CSKS Moscow, we've got them at home, and then we've got Huddersfield away, so that's not massively problematic. This is problematic. We've got Moscow away, which is preceded by Tottenham at home, and after that we've got Chelsea away. But it is on a Sunday, so that should be okay. Basel away, we've got Brighton at home, and Benfica we have at home, and then we've got City at home. So they could be worse. They're not actually that bad. So then that run of fixtures works out quite well. And I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, pretty happy with what we've got. Very happy what we've got. It could have been a lot harder. And remember, I think as Manchester United fans, we do take it for granted. We look at that draw and go, yeah, we'll get to the knockout stage easy enough. The last time we got to the knockout stage, if I remember correctly, was under David Moyes, unbelievably. So it's a few years now, 4 years since we got to the knockout stage, and I think we need to be aware of that. And I am going to still talk to you. I've just realised something. I haven't actually plugged in my charger, and if I don't plug the charger in, we won't be live for long. So yeah, we haven't got to the we haven't got to the knockout stages of the Champions League for a long time, and I think we do need to be realistic and fair to the players and Mourinho. An expectation that we will get there is perfectly fine, but let's not forget we don't have a great history in the Champions League at the moment, and I love the fact that we have this ambition and expectation, but we've also got to get the job done. So I think the draw is an encouraging one for us, and one that I'm very much looking forward to. The Skype name is Skype Goldbridge, which is all one word. You can get Skyping in and have your say there. I'm just waiting for some calls to come through, and then we will take your call. You'll also see in the link in the video description, we have got a partnership with 10Bet between now and the Stoke game. We started it at the start of the month. The link is in the video description, as I said. And the way this will work is if you sign up with 10Bet, you will go in the draw to win one of 5 Manchester United shirts automatically, as long as you bet, I think it's £15 in the next few weeks before the Stoke game. So you could do a 5 of one week, 5 of the next, 5 of the next, and you will automatically go into a draw to win one of 5 Manchester United shirts. I believe we've had 10 sign-ups so far, so even if we got like 20 or 30, you've still got a very good chance of winning a shirt. You can choose home, away, or boring grey. Link in the video description for that. And just as a little bit of a tip, because I always get mine done on a Thursday because it gets busy with fantasy football and everything like that on a Friday. Remember, we are playing on Saturday night. It doesn't have to be a Manchester United bet, but I have got 2 out of 2 so far with my Lukaku to score at any time. I'm thinking about carrying it on because I'm up with my tenner. I'm up to about 28 quid now. But let me just have a quick look, because they probably might have clocked onto it. No, they still haven't. That's still very, very good odds. 1.76. Lukaku to score at any time. I would go with that. You might fancy a little bit of a risk at 3.75. Even Martial at 2.15. But Lukaku to score at any time, 1.76. I'd fancy that. And also, if you fancy something else, over 2.5 goals, that's not great value. United will win it, that's quite low. Yeah, Lukaku to score any time is my tip, or first scorer 3.75, so a tenner would win you £37.50. Anyway, that's how you sign up. Link in the video description. If you are somebody who likes a little bet, make sure you're doing it with 10Bet, because you can win yourself a United shirt. And like I say, there's 5 to give away, and I wouldn't imagine there'll be massive amounts of people signing up. So get yourself signed up, and you could win a United shirt, which is fantastic, isn't it? Right, let's crack on, folks. Let's take a call. We've got plenty of people phoning in now. I'm just about to sort of separate them up and take one. Who we got? Hello, can you hear me? You're live on the United Stand.
Mark,
hello?
You are fucking dickhead.
Hello? Hello? I think it might have been abuse. I love it. Bring it on. We love the abuse, you little keyboard warriors. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never ever hurt me. Right, let's try another one.
Right.
Hello, can you hear me? You're live on the United Stand.
Hello, Mark.
Hi, David. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Very, very excited about the start of the season.
Yeah.
I'm away on my holidays now, enjoying it. Looking forward to Saturday's game.
Where are you? Where are you on holiday?
I'm in Centre Parks in Winfell, which is up in Cumbria. I'm
going there next week. Not to that one, but I am going Centre Parks. So.
Oh, very good, very good, very good. Basically, I'm very happy with the re-signing of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Very happy with that, and I think he will do great things for us this season. But obviously, I think the first choice will be Lukaku, and then Rashford, and then Martial, personally. And I think he'll be used in some of the tougher away games, maybe in Europe or something like that, when we're up against it, to come off the bench. What do you think?
Oh, I was just going to say there, it's interesting that you think that Zlatan will be a backup. I hope you're right, but there's still a lot of people who think that, you know, the evidence is there to suggest that Mourinho will find a place to play him every week. I mean, do you think that, you know, I'm happy with signing Zlatan back, but I believe he has to be backup because he can't, you know, some people are saying, oh, play him as a number 10 behind Lukaku. Zlatan's never been a number 10. I'm sure he can play there, but we've got a specialist number 10 who has suddenly got 4 assists in 2 games in Mkhitaryan. I think he could end up being player of the year. Why would we want to move Mkhitaryan out for Zlatan? I don't know whether I'm missing something there.
No, I think you're spot on there, to be honest, because the way Mkhitaryan moves across the pitch is just unbelievable. He looks like he's got Velcro on his boots. He's just been absolutely outstanding. I think he's coming into sort of the form that we thought we'd be getting off him last season.
Yeah, I'd agree, and I think also this might sound controversial, but there's a theory to it. I don't think Mkhitaryan's been the best even in the top 5 players in the first 2 games. Yet he's still got 2 assists. The scary thing is, I think he can play even better. I think he's been good.
No, I think you're right. I think he had a poor game in the last game against Swansea. To be honest, even though he did create a goal, I still didn't think he was out. He was one of our best players. I thought Pogba was outstanding in the last game, without a doubt. And he's been outstanding in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
I think Matic definitely has a lot to do with that. I mean, that is just a masterstroke by Mourinho, I think, personally.
Yeah, even though I got that wrong.
I know you don't like him. No,
I do like him now.
It's not that you don't like him, is it? It's just you didn't think he was good enough for us at the moment, or what?
No, I didn't. I saw him play for Chelsea a few times last year, and I know Chelsea fans, and they've said, well, the ridiculous thing about Chelsea is, if anybody doesn't know because you're global or whatever, I mean, that's no reason not to know, but obviously being in the UK, I come into contact with, well, then again, you might do worldwide, but I come into contact with a few Chelsea fans, of which one is my dad, and a lot of Chelsea fans want Conte out. They're very angry with him. They can't understand what's happened with Costa. They're not happy with what Matic is doing at United, because he was never allowed to do that at Chelsea. He was sort of Kante's wingman. There's a lot of unrest there. So, you know, I obviously was one of those who wasn't sure about Matic, but I sort of stand by it in a way, because he wasn't this player last year. You know, Chelsea didn't use him like that at all. Do you think we'll bring another player in? Week to go. Mourinho says he wants another one, but he's not confident he'll get one. There are players, as I said at the start, that are available.
I don't know about this transfer window. I think there's definitely something lined up for January. I do think there's definitely, whether it's a loan player or whether it's a player that's just sitting on the bench. But the problem you got is, are we going to get that quality in January? Because Champions League will be in full effect, and so players will be cup tied and things like that, won't they? So I don't know, to be honest. If we have to start with the 3 we've got, we'll have to start with the 3 we've got. I mean, I trust the manager, and I honestly do think good things are coming this year.
Good. Thanks for opening the show, David. Really good call.
All right, I've got to go now. I'm going for a pint now.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your break.
Cheers. Thanks, Matt. Bye.
Cheers, David. Lovely stuff. Phoning up on his holiday, quick 5-minute call, and he's off again, which is great. Keep Skyping in. Obviously, it wasn't the first call. We had that other one, but oh well. I enjoy the banter. Well, I don't think it's banter, really, is it? It's just sad little individuals. But let's see if we can get another caller on. We had loads before. Come on, get Skype in. Don't be shy. Try this one. Hello, can you hear me? You're live on the United Stand. Sounds like we're at Centre Parks again.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Mark.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking with Shah. I'm calling from New Jersey, United States.
Cool. Sounds busy there. What do you want to talk about?
Calling from...
What do you want to talk about, pal?
Well, listen, man. Today has been a great day. I've really enjoyed all day about signing Ibrahimovic again, and we have a great group in UCL. So that's been a fantastic day as well.
Yeah, lots and lots of positives. Positive start to the season as well. Tell me a little bit about Zlatan then. What would you do with him when he's back fit? Would you play him from the start? Would you have him on the bench?
Well, listen, I definitely would have him on the bench, and I think he will be a great player to play along with Lukaku with 3-5-2 formation, and that's where I see him. I don't see him playing in number 10, where he will jeopardize our attacking threat, or creative players such as Mata and Mkhitaryan.
You know what? For a minute, I was like, how does that work? But you're spot on, because if people can envisage the 3-5-2, forget the 5 for a minute. The midfield 3 would be Pogba, Matic with Mkhitaryan ahead of him, and then the 2 would be Lukaku and Zlatan, which could work. I mean, I know we've got Rashford and we've got Martial, but that is one way you could get Zlatan and Lukaku in and still retain Mkhitaryan, which I think is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, we're really happy to have him back as a squad player. He brings, as you said on your video before, that he brings that experience. He's a leader in the locker room, and which we have been missing for such a long time. And now we have him, and that's it. And I am really excited and pumped about it. And there hasn't been a better day, to be very honest. We have a very good group in Champions League, and then we have Zlatan today. And it's honestly the best day we can have. And so we all just have to be very positive and look forward to the Saturday's games against Leicester.
Very positive. Just on the Champions League draw, how far do you think we can go, United, in the Champions League? What do you think is realistic?
Well, to be very honest, I think realistic would be a quarterfinal. We definitely, I believe that we'll go to last 16, and then we will go to the quarterfinal. And then, of course, when we go to quarterfinal, there will be all these teams that has been in Champions League for consecutive years, for the last 5-10 years. And if we get drawn against them, then, I mean, it's just a hope that we go through. If we don't, we're happy, because we are back in Champions League after a long time, with a squad that we're happy, with a manager that we're happy with. And so we'll be happy with quarterfinal. And that's my hope, and that's my expectation, to be very honest.
Very positive call, Shah. Thanks for calling. Please do call again.
Of course, man. Hey, thank you for making my summer really good. Really enjoyed the whole summer watching your video. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, pal.
All right.
Good. That's all I'm going to say about that call. Positivity, total positivity and genuine positivity is quite a rarity in football fans. And I'm certainly not like it all the time. So it was nice. I liked that. Good positivity there. I agree with Shah as well. I've said it before, haven't I? Quarterfinals would be what we would expect from Manchester United, and anything beyond that is a bonus. I'm not saying we can't win the Champions League. I am, really. I'm not expecting us to win the Champions League this year, but the Premier League's there to be won. The Champions League quarterfinal, then let's see what happens, because once you hit the quarterfinal, you're probably going to get somebody decent, aren't you? So we'll see what happens. Loads of calls flying in now. I'm so many that it's slowed Skype down a bit, which is a bit of a pain. But hopefully we'll get somebody in a minute. Let me see what we've got. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, you're live on the United Stand. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very good. What did you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Sanders.
Sander?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
He is my hero.
Sander's your hero. Okay.
Yeah.
I
want him to have his own show as well. With you.
On the United Stand?
Yeah, and I want to talk about Ibra as well.
Go on then, talk about Ibra, save me from Xander.
Ibra will dominate the Champions League, I think.
Yes, well, it's a lot slower and it will probably suit him better.
Yeah, and if we get a winger that can cross, Ibra and Lukaku will destroy other teams in the Champions League.
You know what? I think that's a fantastic point, even though I made it myself earlier on. I think, this is why it's so important that we do everything we can to sign a winger in the next week, because we've got Lukaku, who's very good in the air and good on crosses. We've now got Zlatan, who's very good in the air and very good on crosses. And we've got nobody who can cross the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think we will sign somebody in the next week? And who would you go for if it was you?
Well, I think we will sign someone, and personally, I hope it's Ivan Perisic or Thomas Lemar. But Thomas Lemar, he doesn't got the hard-working ethic like Ivan does. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Where are you calling from, pal?
I'm calling from Sweden.
Sweden, and a massive fan of Xander. Xander will be absolutely so disappointed that he's not on tonight because he doesn't have many fans, but it's good that he does have one.
Yes.
Really good point about the wingers. Please do call in again, and thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. It takes all sorts. You know, some people do like Xander. Matthew McFadden's made a contribution. He says, Xander fan club, population 1. It's still more than Mad Marcus has got. Yeah. Okay, right. I'm going to take another call. Let's try see what we've got here. Hello, can you hear me? You're live on the United Stand.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Is it Thomas I'm talking to?
Yep.
Good. Okay. So I just click names, you see, and sometimes the one I think I'm talking to doesn't come up. Okay. So what was it you wanted to talk about, Thomas?
Just like do we need anyone else, and also Ibra signing?
Okay. Well, do you think we need anybody else before I answer it?
I think we kind of need someone else, but it's kind of more of a want, because if we get that winger like Perisic or Draxler, then it will just kind of add. We'll have more squad depth. Like we'll have a decent crosser. So Ibra and Lukaku are really good at crosses, so they can bang headers in all they want. Yeah,
well, we were talking about on the previous call there. Just to answer your question, do we need anybody else? Yes, I do. I think we do, and I do want somebody else. And I'll be honest, I will be disappointed if in a week's time, when it hits midnight or whatever time the deadline is, if we've got the same squad as we've got now, I'll be disappointed, and I'll think it's a missed opportunity. I mean, somebody just said there, everyone's full of positivity at the moment, and we are, but I've also got to be realistic, and this start to the season will not last. We will win games, and we could win the Premier League, but we will not blitz teams 4-0 every week. It won't happen.
Yeah.
So I just don't want us to miss this opportunity of getting a player in that we need to get in. And to me, it's got to be a winger. You've named Perisic is the one I want, but Lamar or Draxler, there's 3 there. There's even Felipe Anderson at Lazio. We need a winger.
Yeah, we do. I'm really pleased about Ibra signing, because I think he'll just add to the squad depth, really. Like, he can... I watch a lot. I know you've been saying we can't play Martial, Rashford and Lukaku because we need someone to come off the bench last 20 minutes if we're still 0-0 or we're down, so who can just be fresh. But Zlatan can do that now, so
yeah, I'm happy with Zlatan. I'm glad that you're happy, and I think most people are happy. I do agree with some of the negativity around how Mourinho treats Zlatan, because Zlatan did very well last year, but even I, as a Zlatan fan, was frustrated by the fact that he never got subbed, that he was taking free kicks. I felt at times that he was given the status that was bigger than Manchester United, and no player should get that. But he's not even going to be fit till the end of October, and you know what? By the end of October, we might be screaming out for Zlatan, because Lukaku might not have scored for a month. Rashford could be injured. You just don't know. We can't, as I said, we can't play like we are at the moment every week, because we'll get figured out. We've got to mix it up, and Zlatan gives us options. Yeah,
I completely agree. Yeah.
I asked the previous caller there. We have the Champions League draw for you. What if I said, look, there's a tenner, I'm going to give it to you if you get it right. Where do you think Manchester United will get in the Champions League this season? Not what's acceptable. Where do you think we'll get?
I reckon we can make it to the quarterfinals. I think we're going to get top of our group, because we've got a fairly easy group. We've got pretty lucky there. The only real bad thing is we have to travel quite far, but that doesn't bother me, to be honest.
No, so quarterfinals I think is pretty much across the board, and I think we can get that. And I think anything beyond that is a real bonus. Where are you calling from, Thomas?
Nottingham.
Nottingham. Whereabouts in Nottingham?
Chilwell.
Chilwell. Okay, I don't know. I wasn't asking for I didn't want your exact address. I'm not, nothing weird like that. It's just obviously I'm from Nottingham, so I just wanted to know. But no, I did play against Chilwell, but that's North Nottingham, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah. I was from the other side, so sort of West Bridgeford stuff. But really good call, Thomas, and please do call in again.
Cheers. See you, Mark.
Cheers, pal. Really good calls tonight, as per usual. Make sure that you drop a like on the video and support those who are calling in. We do this on a Monday and a Thursday when we can. In fact, when we can, we'll be able to keep doing this because we don't play on a Thursday anymore, do we, Arsenal? We play on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. So Skype Goldbridge can be twice a week, which will be Monday and Thursday. It's not an easy group, you clown, says Paul Fitzpatrick. That's not a nice way to speak to people, Paul. No, I don't think anyone says it's an easy group. It is far easier than it could have been, though. I mean, we should beat Benfica. The reality is, in the Champions League group stage, you need to be able to win every home game. And we will win every home game if we turn up. Benfica, Basel and CSKA Moscow, we will win them. And then, away from home, you need to probably draw 2. Well, if we win 1, we've got 12 points. So we will be fine. We will be fine. And it's a very, very good draw for us. And we should be very, very happy with it. Zlatan's going to be like Giroud for Arsenal, but 100 times better, says Ajani Wright. And hello, can you hear me?
Hiya.
Hello.
Alright. Yeah, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
You're a little bit quiet for me. What did you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, basically fam, man just wanted to talk.
I think I'm losing Skype here. Right, okay. Let's go to the comments for a bit and hopefully it'll come back. Right, are you ever right about transfers, Mark, says Eddie Lawrence. You know what? It's a very good question, Eddie. You're probably doing it with your boring profile picture. You're probably not called Eddie. You're probably some wind-up merchant. But if you are genuine, it's a good question because I haven't really been right about much this summer. Lindelof, I said it a week before because somebody told me about that and we were right. We've only actually signed 2 other players. Nobody knew anything about Lukaku, and Matic, I did predict we'd sign Matic. I didn't want us to sign Matic, which I've been proved wrong about. Morata, well, Mourinho wanted Morata. Real Madrid messed us about. Perisic, he's wanted Perisic for about 4 months. He just can't get the deal done. Who else have I got wrong? Griezmann deal was done, and he backed out at the very last minute because of the Atletico Madrid ban. But it's not been a great summer anyway. It's not been a great summer. I mean, Dimarcio's been poor. It's a shame we've lost that source, but he's been very poor. He's not got anything quicker than anybody. I mean, the best person this summer has been Neil Custis from The Sun, who called the Rooney thing days before anybody else. And I think he got Lukaku as well. So it's not been a good summer. I mean, Manchester United would probably call it a good summer because they've been able to keep a lot of stuff in-house. But I don't think anybody's really got anything right this summer. It's the way it is. Serge Aurier is going to go to Spurs. Bit of a shame. I would have liked him to add a little bit of squad. Fabinho is still available. I think he'll go to PSG. I mean, what PSG have done to this summer window. I'll be glad to see the back of this transfer window, I must be honest. I love the transfer window. I love football. My favourite group in the Champions League is the one that's got Monaco in it, because there's 4 clubs all around the same level. RP Leipzig are in it, and there's a couple of others. I think it might be Besiktas. And I'll watch a lot of that football because I like to watch European football, and then that feeds into the summer when you hear about players and you go, oh, I know them. So I do like the transfers. But I must admit, towards the end of it, you get tired anyway. But I've been disappointed by this transfer window. I think the Neymar thing just sort of it makes a mockery of fans and football, and it makes me sick, that sort of thing, to be honest. So, but by next summer, we'll be back up and ready for it again. I think it could have been a better summer for United. I just think if we get one more over the line, then we give ourselves a real good opportunity of winning the league. I don't want us to miss out on winning this league because we didn't get that other player in that we need. You know, the highlighted player is a winger. Mourinho wants a winger. We haven't really got a winger who can put the cross into the box. We've got 2 players well over 6'3" who can get on the end of crosses, but we're not going to have the provider. And that, you know, of course I want it to happen. Of course I want it to happen. For me, it has to happen. Let's see if it does. Let's see if it does. Okay, let's see if we can take another caller while we're at it as well. It seems to be working. It's still a little bit slow. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, we've not had Indy on for a while. Let's see if he works. Indy, can you hear me?
Oh my god, I'm actually on. Hello, Mark.
Hello, how you doing, pal?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. You've not been on for a while. What was it you wanted to talk about?
Well, what I want to talk about is Zlatan. I think I welcome him back. Yeah, he's wait, I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
You alright?
Hey, Mark, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, so Zlatan, as now he's back, it's a good thing, because if Lukaku gets injured, we have Zlatan, because, you know, if Lukaku does get injured, there's, you know, we have to go back to Rashford up front, and you know what Rashford's like. He's frustrating up front. He's absolutely frustrating. And
I think that's a good point, you know, just to interrupt. I think that's a really good point, because, you know, look, we're all like sort of assuming that Lukaku is going to play 60 games, and what if? I mean, he has got a good injury record, but what if he did get injured? You know, it's a no-brainer to you know, whatever. I can't understand how anybody would. I can understand people being concerned about Zlatan and how much he'll play, but it's a no-brainer to take him because it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic on a free.
Yep.
Probably the back end of October. What do you think Mourinho will do? If I ask you this direct question, do you think Mourinho will keep him on the bench, or do you think he'll find a place to start him?
I have a feeling he will find a way to start him. I feel like he'll play him in Mkhitaryan's possession, which I do not want to happen, Mark. I do not want that to happen. No. But yeah, I think because obviously Zlatan, you know, he's the big ego, he's the big man, he's the henchman. I think that's what he's gonna put him in the team. I'd rather have him as a bench player. I think that's where he'd be good off. Last 10 minutes off the bench, or maybe play against your Brightons, your small clubs against Liverpool. You can play against them. Yeah,
Yeah, no, you know what, as well, what I would say is that, you know, if Zlatan was fit and ready now, everyone would want him on the bench. But come the end of October, I mean, if we're still winning games 4-0 at the end of October, Zlatan can sit on the bench. But I guarantee, come October, we'll be in a different position to we are now, and we might all be a little bit more open to the thought of Zlatan starting. At the moment, he shouldn't be anywhere near the starting lineup. He's firmly a bench player, but let's see what's happened when we've played 12, 15 games in the Premier League, and let's assess it when Zlatan's back fit, because we might be saying in a few weeks' time we really need Zlatan, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
Thanks for calling, Indy. Nice to have you back on again, and please do call in again.
One more? Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Sander.
You love Xander. God, that's two. That's two tonight. He's Xander's obviously paying people. Thanks for calling, Indy.
Yeah, see you, Mark.
Cheers, pal. Yeah, the Xander fan club is growing as we speak. It's doubled in the space of 10 minutes. Right. Let's come back to the live comments for a minute. Eugene says, best colour of the day, and amazing having Benfica in our group because I live in Portugal, says Pidu. Yes, I'm looking, you know, Benfica's a great place to go and play as well. I don't know whether they still call it the Stadium of Light, but yeah, that'll be the best away fixture, really, the most interesting one with the best atmosphere, I would have thought. Moscow, hopefully it won't be snowing, sometimes it does. Remember to drop a like on the video. It's always important to those people who get on the show that when they come back and listen to themselves later, they can see that lots of people have liked the video and you're supporting them as a community, so please do that. And if you're new to the United Stand, make sure you click that little icon in the bottom right hand corner. It's our logo. That will subscribe you. Click it, subscribe it, and make sure you hit the bell so that you get notifications every time we go live. If anybody saw this morning, normally do the transfer show at 7 o'clock every morning, but there's not a lot of news at the moment, so what I did this morning is I just went live off my phone at about 7:45. I might do that again tomorrow, which means that unless you have subscribed and you've clicked that bell, you won't get a notification because it just goes up live. Or follow us on Twitter at United Stand MUFC and we'll tweet when we go live. But I'm thinking about doing it off my phone again tomorrow because there's not a lot of news at the moment, and off my phone and live's a little bit more slapstick and raw. Spurs are getting knocked out of the Champions League, says Shabam, and shame Liverpool and City got easy draws. Let's all, you know what? Somebody said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Don't you just love being a Manchester United fan at the moment? It is fan bloody fantastic. I am loving it, and I want it to continue for us all for as long as possible. We've been doing this for 3 years, and we've had some. I've apologised on behalf of Manchester United after some games under Van Gaal because it's not been good enough. And I want to grab that positivity. I want us all to feel it. I want us to shake it and enjoy it for as long as we can, because we know it's not been like this for the last 3 or 4 years. Even Mourinho's first year was a struggle from Christmas. We got what we needed to get, and Mourinho deserves a lot of credit, and the players. But this season, we're actually seeing what we want, what Manchester United should be, and I love it. I love the positivity. I know it can't last forever because that's not real. But the longer it's lasted, I want it to go at least into the international break, and then we've got Stoke away, and that'll be exciting. What can we do where Arsenal lost? But we've got to beat Leicester on Saturday evening. We will beat Leicester on Saturday evening. And don't forget, on match days, we are now doing a Skype show on match days. And Saturday's perfect because it's the first one where the game will finish at just about 7:30 and we'll be live at 8 o'clock with a Skype show. So it'll be instant match reaction from all you lot calling in, which I'm really looking forward to. And hopefully that positivity will continue and continue. I'm looking forward... Well, I'm not. It's going to be interesting if we lose a game reacting with all you lot, but hopefully that won't happen all season. You never know. You never know. The Invincibles, no, we won't go and beat it all season, but we just got to keep riding the positivity. But for me, I'll repeat it again. We've got to sign a winger. None of this, we're fine with what we are. We've got to sign a winger. Just do it. Even if you're one of those people who thinks, yeah, we're all right, do it, because then there's no excuse that we didn't get the players that Mourinho wants. It's another option for us. We want to win the title. We are ahead of all our rivals on points at the moment because they've all dropped points. While you're ahead, you're in possession of that title. We must not lose our grip, even though it's only the second game of the season. Let's keep winning. Let's keep building momentum, positivity. That is what I want to see. I'm going to take another call. Hopefully, I have just clicked somebody. It's playing up a little bit, but let's see if this works. I did click somebody. I think they might have hung up, so I'll try and see if I can get them back. If not, we'll take someone else. It's fine. No, couldn't get them, unfortunately, because he's now calling me again. Let's see if it'll work. I tried him. He tried me. It might just not be the sort of caller that... Skype's playing up a little bit. I hate it when it does this. It's very frustrating. Andrew says Pogba's settled and adapted, and what a player he is. Still don't trust Phil Jones, says Anthony Kimani. Look, to be honest with you, in relation to Phil Jones, he won't stay fit for longer than 6 games, so we don't need to worry about Phil Jones. Hello, can you hear me? You're live on the United Stand. Oh, it's playing up. It's playing up. Got so many people calling, that's why. Or it might just be... I think I know what it is, actually. Richard Bowyer, how you ever think I'd pick you up? You know, credit for trying. I'd rather wipe my arse with razor blades than pick up on you again. Vincent, can you hear me? Are we connected? Says to me we are. We've got a super chat from Ashwari. He says, I would love the idea of bringing Zlatan then Lukaku, where we play long ball and crossing. Gets 2 to 3 scores at the end. Zlatan is more mobile at 10. PSG. Okay. Okay. Keep firing your comments because it feels like we might have a problem with Skype. I don't really understand what that problem is, but maybe if I close it and start it up again. Why are you being negative on Phil Jones? It wasn't me. I'm not being negative on Phil Jones. He just never stays fit. He never, you know, he's been at United for about 6 years. He's never stayed fit. So I think that's just a consistency thing with Phil Jones. I think the one reality with Phil Jones is that he will get injured. Oh, I hate it when it starts doing this. Even Perisic hands in a transfer request, says Fortune. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, definitely close the program, please. Thank you. Stop Skyping. It's crashed, so we won't be taking your calls at the moment. Late tonight, seen that Barca have sorted a deal for Dembele, says Liam Benton. Yep, they will not be signing. They will not be signing Coutinho, which is you know, Dembele always expressed his preference to sign for Barcelona. It was always going to happen. Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in at the moment, is that the cycle of life of Barcelona and Real Madrid just continues to cycle and regurgitate the best players in the world. Dembele, if you don't know anything about him, I've been saying him for about 18 months now, he will be one of the best players in the world in 3 years' time. So Barcelona have now acquired yet another player who will be one of the best players in the world, as they have done for about the last 15 years. And Real Madrid, well, they haven't acquired one of the best players in the world yet, but until the British clubs start getting the best players in the world, we're never going to kill off Barcelona and Real Madrid, who actually are ready to be killed off. Their league is a joke. They don't have the financial income that the English clubs do, but we're still not quite able to get the best. They still want Barcelona and Real Madrid. Whether that'll ever change in my lifetime, I don't know. It's frustrating. Dembele would have been perfect for United, but, you know, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I'm just having a quick look at something for you. Hold on a minute. Coutinho to Barcelona. I think Coutinho will probably end up staying at Liverpool. I mean, £140 million is just bloody ridiculous. I wouldn't go near him. I think he's an £80 million player at best, let alone nearly double that. So I think Coutinho will end up staying. Small club mentality from Liverpool, being so stubborn, but stupid mentality from Coutinho for signing a 5-year contract only in January and not putting a buyout clause in it, or a release clause to Barcelona. That's his own stupid fault at the end of the day. There we go. Simples, isn't it? Fortune, I've got no idea why there's so much negativity around Ivan Perisic. All I could say is, if we did manage to get him, I'll be right, and if we did manage to get him, I'll be right on how good he is as well. He will silence people just like Matic has silenced me. He will, which is why I'd like him to sign, because I've actually always been very positive about Perisic. So yes, I'd love him to sign for Manchester United. I really, really, really would. I know what we'll do for a couple of minutes while this Skype thing's just it's just loading up again. Then we'll take some more calls. So what we would do is, remember, it's not the 5th of December. I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I was live on Periscope through Twitter today doing the Manchester United Champions League draw for something a little bit different. And Sebastian was with me. For everybody who always wants to meet Sebastian, my little 8-week-year-old boy, he made his debut on Periscope today. I can't get him on now because he's at bed, but he did make his debut. Right, okay, link in the video description is the link to sign up for 10bet. We've got a promotion with them until the Stoke game, when they will pick 5 sign-ups and give them a Manchester United shirt, home, away or boring grey. All you need to do is sign up in that link in the video description and just bet between now and the Stoke game £15. So £5 a week, however you want to do it, and you will be in the draw to win one of 5 shirts. We had 10 sign-ups last time I checked, so even if that went up to 30, you've still got, what, it's 5 in 30, you've still got a very good chance of winning a shirt. Remember, you've got to be over 18 and gamble responsibly and all that jazz. But I know a lot of you do have a little dabble on the football at the weekend, as I do, so even if it's just for that reason, get yourself signed up with 10bet. You could win yourself a United shirt. And as per last season, we are going to have little bets of the week and little tournaments and stuff like that. So if you are going to do that, get yourself signed up with 10bet, because we've got lots of little offers that will be exclusive to the United stand throughout the season. So this is Manchester United versus Leicester odds. As I said, I'm going to unclick that. My bet of the week is anytime Romelu Lukaku. I started with a tenner 2 weeks ago. He scored 2 weeks in a row. I'm up to 28 quid with that tenner. So 1.76 would take me beyond 40 quid, which is nice. I'm trying to get up to a £10 to £100 challenge. So you can join that whenever you like. 1.76. If you're feeling a little bit braver, 3.75, which with your tenner would get you up to nearly 40 quid anyway. You'd be catching me up. Any of the little bets, I would fancy a handicap of of United winning it by over, or you could go United to win first and second half. That's always a bit of a risk. That is always a little bit of a risk, I think. But don't want to do anything about corners. Don't want to do anything about draw no bet. 3-way handicap. Okay, I would go. I quite like that one. That's a good one there as well. You basically, if you put a tenner on, you get 19 quid. So you're basically doubling your money, which is Manchester United to win, but they've got to win by 2 clear goals because you take one off. So 2-0 or above, and you get that there at 1.90. So they're my tips. Get yourself signed up in the video description and get yourself in the draw. And we're going to do plenty of that during the season anyway, so get involved. Bring Xander on the show. Can't bring anybody on the show at the moment. I was just filling some time there. We need more pace going forward, says Brody Hanley. Do we really? I think we've got plenty of pace with Lukaku, Rashford and Martial. I think I'm very, very happy with that. Very, very happy indeed. Need a winger who can cross, says St. Colombo. I think if I could just caption that for tonight, need a winger who can cross is the line that's relevant for Manchester United the most. What's your opinion on Arda Turan possibly coming to Manchester United for free, says Mirad. I think it reminds me too much of a Mata or a Mkhitaryan. I think we've got too many, and a Pereira, we've got too many players like that. Turan, not for me. X Scott says, Mark the betting tycoon. I tell you what, I've had a very good start to the season in relation to bets and predictions around the starting lineup. You know, I'm touching gold at the moment, so if you want a tip, you've got it. Vince Chapman's made a contribution. Did I nearly get on? I just wanted to say why I think United are destined to win the Champions League this season. If I can say it on next time. Yes, Vince. I'm trying to renew Skype. It's not working for me. But I did try to get you on. It just wouldn't connect. So we'll definitely get you on. Well, if you're around on Saturday night straight after the Leicester game, you can come on, or we'll get you on Monday, because I was clicking you and you wouldn't come, or you broke it. One or the other. Pratic, I agree with you. If we can get that one signing in, we will become very, very strong contenders. I just think at the moment, why settle for what we've got? We know Mourinho wants a winger. We've got the money to get a winger. Why gamble? Get the play. You know, this might be our best chance to win the title. Next year, we might not get near it. We're top of the league. Get the player in that Mourinho wants, and let's have a really good go at winning this league this season. That's what I want to see happen. Thanks everyone for watching. I think we'll close it down there. I can't get back on Skype, but 50 minutes is good. Really good calls tonight. Make sure you drop a like on the video. And McGregor Mayweather. I'm not really going to be watching it, to be honest. I don't really like McGregor, even though I lived in Ireland for 3 years. Just don't like him. What else? I'm trying to think. So back tomorrow morning. Make sure you've subscribed and that, because I might be off my phone tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night we're live at 8 o'clock as per usual, and then it's match day. Come on, match day, which is fantastic. Can't wait for that. I'm going to go and do my fantasy football team now, otherwise I'll forget tomorrow. What else am I going to do? I'm going to put my bet on as well. Make sure you do that. Link in the video description if you want to win a United shirt. I can't unfortunately win it, but they've got 5 to give away. So sign yourself up for that in the link in the video description. And I think we'll call it a night. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Let's keep this positivity going. We do not want to not win on Saturday, but I'll tell you what, from your Uncle Mark, we're going to win. We're going to win on Saturday. I've got no doubts at all. We will win this game, and we will go into the international break on a big, big high, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Thanks everybody for tonight. Really enjoyed the show tonight. I feed off your positivity, and there's a lot of positivity at the moment. So keep spreading the word about the United Stand. Keep growing this fantastic community we have. And Robbie's always welcome on the United Stand. The dog. And from Arsenal Fan TV. I'll get on with Robbie alright from Arsenal Fan TV. I'd love him to come on. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Maybe when we play them. But yeah, let's keep this positivity going. Really, really great community that we've got. Having said that, if things go wrong, we all know when we're all more than capable of spreading our opinion. But thanks everyone. Speak to you all soon, and enjoy the rest of your evening.